Hello, this is Professor Afrikadzata Deku, speaking to you from Spartanburg, South Carolina, USA, and I'm here to share some of my Africa-centric poems with you. And this one is called Why No Conscious Continental Diaspora African Can Be a Christian. In spite of all the programming and all the addiction and all the lie that Christianity is our religion, we've been authorized here, divinely authorized here, to tell all our continental and diaspora Africans that Christianity is not our religion. Africanity is our religion, to rediscover and develop and practice for our own religious liberation from all these alien religions we have. No true or conscious continental diaspora African can be a Christian because, number one, Christianity as you know it today was brought to us by the white man. And since we know by experience that whatever the white man brings us or allow us continental diaspora African people to have and die for can only be his political, economic, and social crimes, leftovers, and surpluses, which he does no longer need and use. And so it stands to reason that Christianity of the white man gift to slave colonial, neo-colonial, continental diaspora Africa is nothing but the white man's religious crimes, leftover and surplus for which he has no more any use. Number two, anything valuable, precious, and critical to the white man's survival and prosperity on earth is never shared by the white man with the African, but kept for himself as top secret, which he must keep away from the rest of the non-Western world to guarantee his white supremacist power, domination, and control and rule over Africa. Number three, hence any African who out of ignorance is programmed to accept, believe, and die for the white man's religious crimes, which is now programmed to call Christianity, deserve liberation from those who are awakened by the power and freedom of our Africa-centric continental African truth, which alone is destined to totally empower and liberate us Africa-centrically or continentally from head to toe, whether we like it or not, and from the hell of our today's man-made religious lies and religious colonialism of Christianity. No Africa-centric, number four, no Africa-centric continental diaspora African can be a Christian because Christianity was brought to us in Africa by those who don't know or understand what the world's first religion is, which we now call continental African religion of Africanity, and from which all of our today's foreign-based and or control or oriented religions in Africa spring, and without which there will be no Judaism, no Christianity, and no Islam for some of our today's religiously colonized, dominated, controlled, and de-Africanized, westernized, uprooted, and self-ignorant continental diaspora African Christian to prefer over the limitless power, protection, blessings, security, pride, and dignity of their own continental African religion, of their sacred and holy ancient continental African saints, from which they have been disconnected and totally ignorant of. No awakened continental diaspora African can be a Christian because Christianity was imposed on Africa by any means necessary, and for the sole purpose of keeping us ignorant of the power, pride, and dignity of our one and only continental African religion, without which there will be no Christianity today for some westernized Africans in the on the continent and in the diaspora to prefer over their world first and oldest religion on earth and mother of all Christianity, Judaism, Islam, to which they have become addicted and slave by. No conscious continental diaspora African can be a Christian because that's number six. No conscious continental diaspora African can be a Christian because Christianity robs us of the heaven of our continental African, Asian, traditional African concept, definition, practice, and sacred name of the Creator African Mau, who looks like us and whose holy, perfect, sacred, and immortal image we are made of. No, number 7, no living continental African can accept, believe, and practice Christianity as his or her own religion because Christianity imposes on us alien, foreign, slave, colonial, and neo-colonial Western, Jewish, Arab, and Eastern concepts, definition, and practices of the Creator, which makes us to accept the religious lie that the Creator for Africa can only be the white man's image, or Arab image, or Jewish image, rather than and never in the image of us Africans. No serious continental diaspora African can prefer a Western dominated, controlled, and directed foreign religion of Christianity, which keeps her permanently ignorant of and uprooted from the power, protection, guidance, pride, dignity, and security of our holy continental African religion, which we are programmed to spit on as a non-religion or religion of the devil or superstition. Number 8 or 9, otherwise they would not have kept us ignorant of and uprooted from the power, pride, and dignity and security of our continental African religion, from which came all today's foreign star religion of Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and imposed on us and Africa, not to save us but to westernize or de-Africanize us and turn us into anti-African religion Africans in religious self-ignorance and uprootment, disconnection, and decay and death. Number 10, no true continental diaspora African can be a Christian, also because Christianity is anti-African religion in thoughts, words, and deeds, and which lives and flourishes at the expense of our African religion. And as such, for any African to follow or accept or prefer Christianity to his or her own African religion is to turn the African into a traitor or of his own African religion, of which he knows little or nothing. 11. No true African can prefer Christianity to the religion of his continental African ancestor, which approves us from the power, protection, guidance, pride, and dignity of our spirit, ancestral, divine self, being, state, and oneness within us and in all creation as the divine manifestation of our Creator African Mau on earth, or the divine spirit in human flesh, or the macro of the macro. So whether we like it or not, the time for religious liberation, the religious awakening is here, and it's going to set us free from practicing or experiencing the Creator within us the foreign way rather than the African way. Thank you very much.